Item access groups. DFR supports a new way to apply permissions to individual parts or multiple parts. This feature allows users to group parts into groups and then assign, view, edit, and manage permissions to that set of items. This allows for different teams or organizations to share a common classification structure but maintain control over their items. So first, we will create an item access group. And in order to do this, we need to log in as an admin or log in as a user that has admin privileges. So in this case, I'm logging in as an admin. Then I click on administration and select catalog administration. On the bottom of the screen, you select item access group administration. Then click on create in order to create an item access group. So you provide a name and an item description. I will just name this group 1, and I'll create a second one, name it group 2, group 2. Now we save, and as you can see, I have just finished creating 2 item access groups. Second step is to provide users permissions to access these item access groups. So I will go ahead and go to administration and then click on system administration. And DFR allows you to either give permissions to a single user or multiple users at a time. In this case, I will go to user administration to provide access to this 2 item access group that I've just created for 1 user, and I will provide access to myself. So I click on edit, then I select the catalog to assign those permissions, then on the bottom I select item access groups. Then we see the 2 groups that we just created here. So I select group 1, where I will set allow to manage item access groups. This will allow me to add or import parts to this particular item access group. Then edit, this will allow me to edit the parts under these item access groups, and then view, just to view the items under this group. And I will do the same for group 2. Now that we finish, we can go ahead and close and save. So now I have permissions to group 1 and group 2. So going back, I go to administration, actually I go to log off, and now I'm going to sign in with my username. Click on login, and now we will add parts or items to those 2 access groups that I just created. So I will just select random parts under compressors. So in this case, I will click on the first 5 parts under compressors and then click on add to access groups. I'm going to add these 5 parts to group 1, and then I get a message that shows that those parts were added to that particular item access group. Now I want to add more parts, but in this case to the other group I created, group 2. So I select these 3 parts, then click on add to access groups, and those parts have just been added to group 2. Now I'll do a refresh so I can use the filter on the left side of the screen. You can also add multiple parts to the same groups or to different groups, meaning that you can add this first group or this first part to group 1 and to group 2. Now when we click on this symbol right next to item access group, you can do filters on group 1 and also on group 2. Now I will show you how to do an import from the thick client. So this is the Excel file that I will be using to do the import. As you can see, the first column A has the item numbers, and the second column B has the access groups where they are going. So in the case that you want to add a part to multiple groups, then you just separate those groups by commas. I can go ahead and close this file. Then I will go to the FIC client. I have already logged in, but I was logged in as an admin. So now I will log in with my username. So I go ahead and log in. Then you click on Import Manager, Item Data. You select the file that you want to use, in this case the Excel file that I just showed you. Click on Open, Next, Import Format, Excel, Next. Then as you can see, item number is mapped to item number, and then we need to map access groups to access groups. Click on Next, Next, Validate, Next, and then Import. Okay, so this is complete. Now we'll just go ahead and verify this. So I will grab this particular item. I'm just copying this item. Now we go to DFR Online and we will look for this particular item. We do a part search. We type in the part number, and there it is. This is the part number, and as you can see, this part number now belongs to group 1 and group 2.